I'm Helen Stubbings, the designer behind the Hugs and Kisses brand. I've been stitching, all things stitching now for many years and been designing under the brand since 2001. When I say stitching, I mean anything with my hands to do with a needle and thread. So that could be quilting, all forms of quilting by machine and by hand, embroidery, stitchery and red work. I actually like fine embroidery as well, but I don't tend to design that as so much. Applique, my special turned edge applique method using our special applique paper, iron-on leave-in paper. English paper piecing, again using our easy EPP iron-ons, so that's iron-on leave-in templates for hexagons and all English paper piecing. Colorque, which is coloured pencil applique, so just colouring on fabric to look like applique. And all things embroidery and stitchery, as I said. My passion is to share the therapy of stitching, that moment when you go into that state of flow, just take some me time, forget about the worries of the world and just make something with your own hands. The therapy comes from the making and also the finishing and the giving. Whether it's something you're making for yourself or to give as a gift, you'll always have that sense of satisfaction and that pure joy of making a difference, and I think that's what it's all about. I've been designing and teaching, as I said, since 2001. I've taught around the world, sharing my passion and my loves with many like-minded men and women around the world. And now it's time to move online. So I can't reach you all, and at the moment we can't travel very much. So joining you here online is going to be the next best thing, and I'm really excited to be adding to our classroom more and more classes as I get them prepared and ready for you. A bit more about what I've done. I've self-published several books. I've been published by publishers in many other books, and I've done many commissioned works in magazines around the world. I'm a friend of Benina, an Oracle designer, a Superior Star, and also a Craftsy Blueprint instructor. So there's a couple of English paper piecing classes on Craftsy that are also available online. I believe that anyone can stitch. It's always just one stitch at a time. And when we break it down into simple, easy chunks of learning, then anyone can learn to be as good as they want to be and make anything that they'd like to make. My methods I've developed over the years using products and techniques that make it simple and achievable for everyone. I'm not a perfectionist, so I don't expect perfection, but I like to teach you the tips and tricks to get as close as possible to that without the stress of having to unpick and redo many times. I mostly enjoy handwork, but I also adapt many of my methods to machine work, and in many of our classes I'll show you the machine versions of how to do it just as well, just as accurately, but a little quicker. I work to a lot of deadlines, so I've worked out how to get things finished. I'm all about not perfection, but completion. So it may not be perfect, but it's done and it's finished, and I'm proud of it, and I'm ready to move on to the next thing. I live in Hobart in Tasmania at the bottom of Australia with my 3 beautiful daughters, my dog Mr. Bentley, and my ever-suffering husband. And we have a little shop front called Quarter Inch in North Hobart, which is just down from the city centre and the waterfront. So if you're ever visiting our lovely state, be sure to pop down and meet us there at the shop. In the meantime, we're everywhere online. I love to connect with you wherever we can, be it Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube channel, through our newsletter, or just on our websites. And of course here in our Classroom Academy. So join me here in the classroom as often as you like for any technique you'd like, and if you've got any suggestions or requests or ideas, we'll be gradually adding to our list of classes and our techniques and sharing the joy of stitching with you all.